Dragons, I'm back. I just want to do a quick video because I am starting to set up my September, my fall, my spooky TBR, and I did wind up coming across Covers with Cassie, her reading challenge. I love her reading challenges. I participate in pretty much everything Cassidy does. The only thing I didn't do was the every romantasy challenge because I was in my cozy vibe and I was not in my romantasy vibe. But I'm really excited. If you want her, like how she explains it, you can go watch her video. But basically you have to read 8 books that have various settings, and then you can use that book to like unlock another trope, and then there's like bonus, and then there's like stuff on covers. So I'm just gonna go over the 8 books and maybe the cover prompts if I can remember. But I read very differently, so I'm very much like a cozy horror mystery fantasy with supernatural elements kind of girl. So I think my list will look a little bit different. I also do read a lot of YA, a lot of adult, like a lot of like romance that has like witchy elements to it. So my list may look a little bit different. I definitely don't read a ton of horror. Some of these might push me a bit out of my comfort zone, but that's okay. That's why we have reading challenges, because they push you. So yeah, the first book is like an urban setting, and she was being like very, very like unspecific in this. So I may change this, but I am going to put this on here because it's been on my TBR for so while, and it's going to be the Bewitching Hour by Ashley Poston, who it's a Tara prequel. This is pretty much a Buffy novella, but it follows Tara in the past, and it's also LGBTQ+, and I do have to read a book with that for one of the unlocking prompts. So this would actually pretty much probably work for that, and it does take place, she just said it has to take place in like a town. And I am reading another one that would probably work better. That is a St. Martin's Press title, but I'm going to stick this on there as my urban setting, and hopefully it works. And I'm not really going to talk about the unlocking tropes. If you want to see all the unlocking tropes, you could go look at her video because mine might change. I need to read a book set at summer camp. This is hard. I don't read a ton of books at summer camp. The only book that I heard of from Brie from Fall Pours in a Book was I'm Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Caitlin Barron. I will attach a photo here. Book I might read is The Last Summer I Lied by Riley Sager, but I am leaning towards the Caitlin Barron one because I have read books by her before. It's also super short, and I could probably get the audio from my Hoopla. So yeah, that book for summer camp might work. If not, I might just stretch it into like a school book because I have a lot of boarding school books, and you know what? It's okay. Cassie says you could stretch it if you have to. So if worse comes to worse, I'll do a school, but I'm going to try to read that one if I can. The last one is, so the next one is read a book with like an isolated setting. So I'm going to go look in my bookshelf. I'm also trying to read a lot of books from my ALA TBR because I did come back from that. I still have a lot of them. So yeah, let me go see something about isolated. If there's any books on my immediate TBR that has like an isolated setting. So I'm going to count this. I think it's more fantasy, but it basically follows this girl. It's called The House at Watch Hill by Karen Marie Moning, and you basically follow a girl that the sudden death of her mother, she got this inheritance that she can go live there for like a various amount of time because she's really is in dire straits. But the only caveat is she has to live there alone, completely alone, I think, for like 3 years before the house is hers and the money is hers or she loses it. This is really exciting. So I'm going to count this as an isolated setting. I think it definitely has some spooky and supernatural vibes to it. It also comes out in October, so this will be great. So this is going to be my isolated setting. Again, I said my TBR might look a little bit different just because I read a lot of different things. Small town, I have so many options for small town. But I'm probably just gonna pick like a cozy mystery that I got from Kensington for this one and just kind of see where it goes. Let me go pick one that I have that I'm really excited to read. Ooh, sorry, my thing fell. This is what I'm putting on here. Again, if I wind up picking up an audiobook, which these don't really include audiobooks, I may change it, but I'm gonna say A Fatal Feast at Brimfield Manor by Darcy Hannah. This is another one that I think will be like a nice cozy mystery, another quicker read, and I do like cozy mysteries, and this one is one I got from Kensington, which I've been trying to read more of their books because I had a really good time with the one I read by Kelsey James. So I'm going to add this for Small Town. And again, it may change. I'm also going to add some books at the end of this that I just want to read for spooky season. So this will be my spooky season TBR as well. Southern. That, oh, you know what? I have a perfect book for Southern. It's not a book that I got this year from ALA, but it's a book I got last year from ALA. So I'm going to go count it. I'm going to go get it and we're going to chat about it. I'm going to count Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winston. It takes place in Southern Louisiana. It's a chunky book. I really did like her housewife book. I didn't really like In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, but I'm really excited for this one. I have not heard the best things about it, but again, people who did, I liked her second book and people really didn't, so I'm curious if this is more like the second book. But it does have vampire-esque, and I'm going to add this to my TBR, so I'm really excited for that. And then the next trope we're going to talk about is haunted house. Now this is one that I may pause for a little bit. I'm going to look to see if I have anything that takes place in a haunted house. I am not a big haunted house girly. I'm just not. So I don't know what I could do that has a haunted house in it because I don't really read a ton of it. I could also read something by Darcy Coates, but let me go see if anything like stands out on my shelves that has a haunted house and I'll report back. House might be a little bit of a harder prompt, and I could also maybe change out The House at Watch Hill and read that one for the haunted house. But I'm just gonna throw two on here that I don't really know. I'm just gonna put some options in this option, and if I find something that really works, I'll just read it, or maybe I'll just read this for it. So I don't know. But I do want to just talk One Dark Window on here. It doesn't really have anything to do with a haunted house, but I do want to read it. And I want some options. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge one for me. But also, The Last School for Magical Delinquents does give me ghosty vibes or like haunted house vibes because they're there and they shouldn't be. And they'll have magical powers. So that one might be a bit harder for me to do, but I probably can find something like that. Coastal, I have the perfect book, so I'm going to go get that for you. Again, I said that I'm going to try my hardest to complete this, and I may have to go really outside my comfort zone. So if you have a haunted house book that you think I would like, I'm not the biggest fan of cozy. I may find like a cozy mystery that's set at a haunted house. I could do that. If you have any of those, please recommend them below. But again, not really my genre is the haunted stuff, but we're going to try because I want to support Cassidy. So let me go get my coastal book. So this is one that I get from ALA, and I'm really excited for it. It's like a coastal book, Our Wicked Histories by Amy Goldstein. And I think it's like a school set at an idyllic country manor that has like a water setting. I don't know much about it. Came out in July. I haven't really heard anything about it, but it does give me spooky, creepy vibes. So yeah, I'm gonna toss this onto the TBR as well. And then the next book is In the Woods, which I have the perfect book for. This is like perfect, so let me go get that. So the last official book on here is going to be It Waits in the Forest by Sarah Doss. I do have another one that I'm going to show in a little bit. But this is a supernatural thriller from Rick Riordan Presents. From drawings of Caribbean mythology, acclaimed author Sarah Doss crafts a sinister tale of magic, murder, and evil that lurks within us all. So, perfect. It Waits in the Forest. I'm really excited. So I'm going to go put these books on my TBR cart, and then I'm going to kind of pull out the other books that like I just want to read. And eventually I'm going to probably make a spread somewhere that I can like have it, but I don't want to do that right now because I'm heading into a 24-hour reading challenge for Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading, and I don't want to be too late. So yeah, I'm going to go get all those books, do all that, and then I'm going to kind of fill up the top of my TBR cart so I have some more options, and I'll be back. Okay, so these are some of the books that I really do want to read. And again, I'm probably going to read a lot more, but these are just books that are calling to me. And, sorry, my dog really wants to go play. But I just want to do them really, really quickly. I don't know much about them in regards to like themes or topics, but The Dark Becomes Her by Judy I. Lin is a sinister tale of supernatural sisterhood and shadows that rule out darkest desires. So this one I'm really excited for. It comes out in October. Very, very creepy. The Night Librarian could work for like a main prompt, and I would count this as like a short story graphic novel. I don't really read a lot of short stories, so if I'm going to read everything, it's going to be a graphic novel for that prompt. So, and it has to be an unlocking trope too, so maybe I'll try to find something for that. I also have Dreadful by Caitlin Rorix, which sort of reminded me of this book. Did I bring it? I don't know if I brought it. The Apprentice to the Villain series that I don't think I grabbed. But it does give me vibes like that, so I may do a reading vlog where I read this, and it has pretty sprayed edges as well. Lore of the Wilds is a cozy fantasy that I really wanted to read, but I just have not got around to yet. And I'm in my cozy fantasy era, so I would love to tackle this book as well. Also, Walk in the Wild with Me by Rachel Atwood is another cozy fantasy book that does have forest elements to it, so I figured I would toss it on here in case I needed it back up. Death at Morning House by Maureen Johnson is another book that has like a creepy setting that I'm really excited for, and hopefully I'll get to read it as well. And then I just got this, The Undermining of Twyla and Frank by Megan Bannon. I really want to read this book again. I really liked book 1. I thought it was so fun. I got my Fairylit edition, so they match. And I just want to read it, so. And then I also have a couple of ones that I just picked. Well, one is from ALA, so let's talk about that one first. The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson. This is like a gothic romantic fantasy full of dark, dangerous fae, dark secrets, and addictive romance. So I want to read this one as well. I actually made Buddy read that with my friend Lindsay. And then just some ones that I have had for a while. Flower Heart by Catherine Bankswell. The power she can't curl, a curse she can't do, and a boy she can't beget. When I read this, it kind of reminded me of Secret Garden, which was my favorite movie as a kid. And then Happy Medium, which is another like, which is another like happy, like cozy romance with witchy vibes. I think that that's it. Let me just go double check, but I'm pretty sure that those are all the books that I'm kind of thinking of. And again, I have a lot of options, but these are the ones that are kind of calling my name right now. Hope you guys like this video. I will talk to you guys soon. Let me know if you're participating in Covers with Cassidy's challenge. What are some books? If you have any haunted wrecks or anything that I'm missing, tell me below and I'll be sure to read them. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Back relatively fast. I forgot to add some books to this TBR because I want them all on one shelf so I don't forget that I have them. What's a Ghoul to Do by Victoria Laurie is one of the cozy mysteries that I got. So it's really, really short. If I'm struggling and having a slump, this would be perfect. And it's another cozy mystery. I also have The Lilies, which is set at a boarding school, but it deals with like a time loop. Again, some of these books are super short and I'm okay with that, because I've been reading some really long books in the summer. Also, Haunted Ever After by Jen DeLuca does have a haunted house, so this may work for haunted house, maybe? I don't know. Just have a couple of options. Also, Love in the Time of Serial Killers. I got this from that haunted bookstore that I went to. I really like this and hopefully I get to read it soon. And then I also have some sequels. I have Wisteria by Adeline Grace. I have to read book 2 in this series, but I did just get this. And then also Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. So yeah. That is just like a general fall TBR. I'm going to like really try to finish this challenge. I'm probably going to start it earlier than most people just because I have a bit of time on my hands. But yeah, let me know in the comments. What are some books you have on your fall TBR? Tell me link your video below. I'd love to see if you do this challenge. But I also like options. I'm a very, very, very big mood reader. So I will talk to you guys later.